bitch. Marathon shit. Young rich nigga shit. 10 rack of show shit. 10 racks, you know, let's go. Check me out, look, she know my ex bitch. She thinks she got next. She fucked the gang of niggas, throw that pussy off deck. She ain't no real bitch, that's why she talk shit. She been a hoe since middle school, why she ain't got shit. She ain't the home girl, she always getting pumped. She ain't a stripper, she just hit the club and get drunk. That bitch a pill head, she looking sick, huh? I heard she got a STD, don't get your dick sucked. That ain't her boyfriend, she getting pimped, huh? Cause she can't never keep a man, she always getting dumped. She got her heart broke when she was real young. That hoochie special ed, bro, I'm talking real dumb. Don't gotta holla at her, she gonna approach you. She got her county check and now she thinks she's so cute. Them ain't her red bottoms, she born clothes too. But I ain't mad at you bitches, that's what hoes do. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes do. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. We not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go.
She fuck on me, then fuck the crew, that's what these hoes do. Young nigga, you would've swapped from the old school. Them last week bitches, man, them bitches old news. She let me hit, the only thing she got was soul food. This ain't Halloween, girl, it ain't no tricking me. We eat for free, cause I took your bitch EBT. Gave her the D and then she ran and told her homegirls. Then next week she found out I fucked her homegirls. She said, give me, so I gave that bitch my cock to suck. The dick was good, so now she at my house popping up. I got a bitch named Shelly, that bitch hella messy. And she fuck like it's a sport, she should win an SP. Ho bitches always got more than one nigga to fuck. Ho bitches can't wait till the first of the month. It's so true, yeah, bro, that's what these hoes do. She let me in, the only thing she got was soul food.
Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go. Shout out to Pusha Inc. I'm yelling TMC. One time for Blue Division, Top Dog, and AOB. We had our differences, but they got handled in the street. So I'm gonna keep it hood and shout the homies from Unique. That's Willie Lynch shit. They wanna sort of beef, but it's enough money in this shit for a sort of eat. We got them clubs going, we got them streets going, we got that world star hip hop and MTV going. And yeah, we lost it for a sec, but now we repoint. I took a trip out to Manhattan out of East, knowing when I'm at ATL, I'm hollering duct tape. Ricardo Alley, boy, and black, them niggas nothing fake. I think I'm DJ Khaled, Ricky Ross. That we the best MMG shit screaming, bitch, I'm a boss. I started on the block out the trunk of my old school. Still I ain't mad at my haters, that's what hoes do. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go.
These hoes know me, but I don't know them. They unpredictable, just give them dick and then I'm through. Yeah, she low key, but she get it in. That's what these hoes do, she been a flip, she old news. She don't got a job really, but she love to fucker throw her back up. Busy, she don't never get enough. She be running game, cause she look good. She a tricker nigga, set it up to lick a nigga. She be going up, she don't give a fuck. She off a bing bing, and she getting drunk. She fuck the whole squad, she ain't waste no time. Blame it on your eye, baby, you ain't even gotta lie. She fuck the A&B, she fuck the pussy ink. No sleep, wash her coochie in the kitchen sink. That's what she good at. Hood rat, burnt cat, whoa out pussy, I don't want that.
Whole lot. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. Yo, that's what these hoes go. But we not mad at you bitches, that's what hoes go. Me and my nigga Slim, what's on the blade, right? He laced my chucks and told me hustle, get your game tight. Back when I thought a G a day was getting cake, like we sending bitches early morning to the late night. Talking some over the figure roll with a sunset. She'll give you money if you tell her you don't want sex. That fuck her mind up, tell her she just a find up. Get out of pocket with a piece, she gon' get lined up. I had this Uchi from the J, she was a go-getter. She brought her friend went too, that's how you know, nigga. Bitch, I'm from Tiny Lows, I ain't no hoe, nigga. You broken, only fuck with ballers, who's a gold digger. It's for them girls rolling stress and trying to smoke. With you looking busted in the club, steady drinking yo liquor. Bitch, put the bottle down, that's for the bros, boo. But I ain't mad at you, baby, that's what hoes do.
What is happening, players? We are here yet again for the bullshit. Since a couple people have been doing some streams and they've been getting everything completely wrong, and I can see a lot of the confusion even in the chats. I thought that I would, give a little timeline of how we actually made our way over here, because I don't know how anybody would ever think, ever in life, that I'm Girl World anything. I don't review Foodie Beauty. I think the only time I did was when her and Marty had a thing. I don't review ALR. And you're not really going to catch me in too many chats where they're talking about them. Like, even when Yo Mama goes over some of that stuff, like, I'll be in and out because I ain't too big on the whole Girl World thing, right? It's not my get down. It's not my forte. Hold on. My bad. But as I was saying, I remember a long time ago, a certain person used to always say that after a while, some people miss out on things. And it's always good to catch them up, which actually brings me to the very beginning of our story. Because from my point of view, I wasn't even around. Like, I think I came around here on YouTube, period, like 5 years ago. No, it was 5 years ago, because I used to watch a show called The Atheist Experience. And I used to go up in the Discord and talk to people and stuff about religion, all those type of things. And then come to find out, they had a guest on there who was a black atheist. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but black people are very religious, highly religious. And oh, Necro, you know this? I did a little something. So this person was a co-host on the Atheist Experience, and his name was Dragnot Silvis. There's one thing you didn't know about Petty Fam. I think excluding Nova, the rest of us are atheists. And that's pretty much like the corner of YouTube that we come from the religion side. After I made my way over to Drag, I got into the whole Lost Cow thing. And he had already been talking to Shanny for like years by then, already talking to G-Man. I think he was actually like at the end of the eviction saga. I think G-Man had just got kicked out of Shanny's old house, with the house that they're at, not that they're at now, the one that got sold that he gave back. Either way, you get what I'm saying. So I started off in the Shandyverse. I didn't know Black Guy TV, didn't know Miss Parker, and I didn't know what a Nova was. I didn't know who Negs was. I didn't know about no Belinda. If you said GG, I would have said you forgot a G, and you probably mean triple G. I didn't know about none of them people. Oh, my bad. I forgot to set the background. So once upon a time, there was a group. All right, I turned down some. A group called Pay Fan. And them boys put out some of the coldest video I ever seen in my life. So basically how this gangster shit got all started. I don't know how exactly Drag clicked up with the Geek Room. I think it was because of also with the Shandy and the religious stuff, because the Geek Room are also for the most part atheists. I think all of them are. And they started doing streams together. So a lot of our chats started blending together. It was Dragnot Silvis, it was the Geek Room, and then later on it was Hannibal and Monty. I don't know how Drag knew Hannibal and Monty, but I know they're both from the South, and I know they're both from like Louisiana and shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, Drag, fat, no shirt, waffle colored glasses. Yeah, that guy. So it was surprising to see a bunch of black people pop up in Dragnot's chat, and also in Hannibal and Monty's, and in the Geek Room. And they were also atheists. So a lot of us used to chat it up a lot. And it's some of the people that you still see around here today. Well, somewhat, because I haven't seen Midwest in a minute, but Midwest Grow Guy or Midwest Maverick, he was a person. Black Guy TV was a person. I was talking to R. Azrael earlier. He's another one. There's a bunch of people. Miss Parker, BGTV, and we ended up talking to each other in chats. Well, actually, Miss Parker wasn't around yet. Not exactly. She didn't come around until BGTV started streaming. At this time, none of us streamed. BGTV had did a gaming channel before that, but then he stopped, so he didn't have nothing. Then, out of the blue, I forget exactly why, BGTV started talking about doing content again. So Drag used to throw up his streams. The Geek Room used to, like everybody used to throw up their streams. This is around the time that Jules and Burnt Toast started streaming. Before that, Burnt Toast only did videos, shit like that. And around this time, for some reason, Negs was friends with the Geek Room. They had him on the channel. I think they were on each other's channel before. And if you didn't know too much about early Negs didn't really get too much into politics and those type of things early on. He usually just talked about girl world shit, or back then it was called Hater Nation. Now, funny enough, for the people that know, the Hater Nation is like Charlie Gold and Callie and whatever, all them, right? And then there were the anti-haters, which was Belinda, Peanut, Gigi, Negs, them folks, right? So at some point, Negs and the Geek Room fell out, and they started digging at each other. Oh, excuse me. And because of that, everybody started taking notice of Negs. And that was our little bite somewhat into Girl World. The only time that we used to ever hear about Girl World is through Shanny for Christ, because she watched it herself. I think she actually got into it with Callie before, and that's where we get our first couple of N-words in the I Love Black People song. I think that Rev also did a hussy impression one time. I had no idea who these people were at all whatsoever. And then, just so happens around this time, after Black Guy TV started streaming for a while, and he was, doing Shanny and G-Man, and then he wanted to get into other things. So he found this guy named Nuka Zeus. Now, it just so happens that Mrs. Parker, who was also around in Drag's chats and also around in Hannibal and Monty's, was already talking to Nuka Zeus. And she kept popping up in the chats after she found out that we were black folks. And she started talking to BGTV behind the scenes. And they started streaming about Nuka Zeus. And that's when they got cool. Now, this little union right there, this is what eventually became quote unquote Petty Fam. It was BGTV as Mr. Petty and Mrs. Parker as Mrs. Petty. And that's because she used to always talk about how petty he was, and she used to call him her internet husband. And that's kind of what became later on the Petty fam. So around this time, this stuff is cooking, right? On way other side of the fence, Belinda and Gigi, the anti-haters, they're having to go at the haters. So this is when Gigi is, going back and forth with Charlie Gold and Callie, and all the videos that were brought up last night. So these videos were like 5 years ago, something like that. Something like that. If I'm forgetting anything. Oh no, BGO, that's my open fire. I'm telling stories. You don't hear the crickets? Oh, did I turn it down too low? Let me turn the crackles back up. There you go. Look, you can hear the little crickets in the background. If I'm forgetting anything or missing a part, you are encouraged to help. Please do. And even if I'm missing out on the story and you think that is like vital to the whole thing, to the whole timeline, let me know. I'll drop a link out if somebody wants to come up and say something. Don't bother me too much. So back to what I was saying. Around this time, anti-haters and the haters were having to go at each other. And Callie was going at Shani. Why I gotta be stupid right now? Because you're throwing me off. When you to sleep. Right, so we all know how things work in life, right? Like two things are going on at the same time. We had no idea about Girl World, Hater Nation, none of that stuff. And the Geek Room started going in on Negs. And then Drag started going in on Negs. And then because of that, Callie, Charlie Gold, I think Michael B. Petty also, they all popped up and was like, oh, it's a group of folks over here making fun of Negs. What's going on over here? And then we were like, oh, these people have their own Lois Cal, who's also fat. Isn't this crazy? What a small world. And of course the creators were black. Callie and Michael B. Petty and them, which was weird, some years ago to me, because a lot of the creators in this space, you would often see were of different races. Not too much into the lolcow stuff. I understand. I understand. Okay, get off. Get down, please. Jesus, sometimes my cat's annoying. Needy. Oh, Monty, you might want to grab some popcorn and sit back because it's story time. All right, I'm giving y'all some history. Y'all needs the history. So, I kind of can't. So, because of this little collaboration, I am forgetting somebody. DC Media Girl was also a part of this whole collaboration. So when Callie and Charlie Gold and them had popped up and started coming around, DC Media Girl was also another one that popped up. Now, once again, BGTV and Miss Parker had already started doing streams on Nuka Zeus, and then they started branching out to other things. They started reviewing Shani and other people together. And like I said before, BGTV wanted to dive into different people, so he was always looking for new cows. Now, but we're not at that part. You jumping ahead, BGL. You jumping ahead. Jumping way ahead. So now, people was getting acquainted with some of the creators in Girl World. They were over there enjoying our little bullshit. Our little bullshit that we do in the chat and our little corner of YouTube. And then it started to like really dip into a crossover. It's I think the Geek Room did a little bit of Foodie Beauty content, and then they just went all the way in on Negs. And of course, they weren't really going to touch that too much, but because Negs was cool with the aunties at the time, they also had a problem. And the whole enemy of my enemy is my friend, which never works out, which people seem to keep doing over and over and over again. Negs had befriended Shanny, and he was like, "These people are bullying you. Why don't you come over here where it's nice and safe?" And I remember Shanny had popped up in Gigi's stream, and she was talking about uh, how the Geek Room paid her to call them the N-word, which was a lie. She just, for no reason, got angry and called them the N-word, and then later on said that it was okay that she called them the N-word because they're all white, except for somewhat Billy. BGL saying, I was just talking to Nova about this 5 minutes ago. I don't know why. Supposed to let me tell it. Shit. So, as I was saying, Shani popped up in Gigi's chat, or I think it was Peanuts. I don't remember. It's one of them because they always stream together. And she lied on the Geek Room and said that they paid her to say the N-word. So Frank had hit up Gigi, and he was like, "Hey, we seen Shani in your chat. Do you have screenshots of when she was talking in your chat? Because I think she ended up getting booted, or he took the live chat down. I don't remember." And Gigi was like, "No, but can I come up on your excuse me? Can I come up on your stream and talk about Charlie Gold?" And Frank was like, "No, I don't fucking know shit about Charlie Gold." Actually, no, I think I got it backwards because Charlie Gold started coming into the chat after that, after the Gaining Ground thing. So this is what started the whole beef. So because of the email thing, Frank had showed the emails because I guess Gigi started talking shit about them not letting him up on their panel or whatever, but wanting to talk about Shanny. So Frank had showed the emails. When Frank showed the emails, Gigi got mad, and then Negs flipped out, and then that's when he started going in on everybody and was like, "Oh, these people are bullying you," even though Shanny was already in the chat, actually. And that's where that whole back and forth thing happened. Then, for no reason, the aunties, which is, like I said, Belinda, Gigi, and all them, they started calling us Hater Nation. And we were all looking confused because we were like, who the fuck is Hater Nation? We were Dragoons. Or what was the Geek Room one? Geek Sluts? And slowly but surely, this devolved into, our community coming around to fuck with the aunties, which led to me hopping on panel with Gigi, Nova, and Peanut. I guess I kind of somewhat left this part out because I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure BGL can shed some light on this, but I don't know exactly when Nova had clicked up with them. I know she was cool with Peanut, and then she had somewhat been around Negs like around that time, if I remember correctly. Oh, you just noticed the pic? It's me. No, Rampage, you're not blocked. Why would you be blocked? If you wasn't saying no slurs or dropping nobody's info or nothing, you shouldn't be blocked. All right, now back to the shits. So during this time, right, I started hopping on panels with Miss Parker because she started doing her own streams. BGTV had encouraged her to do her own streams, and she had been on a couple panels. and Dragnot had also encouraged her to do her own streams. So she didn't want to go up there by herself. So I would pop on there and, you know, try to lighten things up a little bit, which eventually turned into people saying I should stream. And around this time, I'm like, I don't want to go over the Shanny stuff. BUCV and Miss Parker were already going over Shanny and G-Man. I think my first stream was about an old G-Man video to show like the comparison that he was using the same insults for Mrs. Parker that he used for Shanny. And then I started doing Cyrax like immediately because I wanted BGTV to talk about Cyrax. And that's when he was like, well, if you have stuff you want to talk about, just do your own. And that's when I started streaming. It's not no 12 years ago. It wasn't even 5 years ago. I didn't start streaming until about like 3 years ago. And that was after Miss Parker. I was like the last one to be streaming. But when I went on panel with Gigi, Nova, and Peanut, I was talking shit in the chat. I think it was actually me and Halafala on Discord. And we were over there drinking. And we were like trolling people and stuff. And I ended up getting them so mad that they were like, why don't you hop on panel? So I'm like, all right, I'll hop up there. Yeah, a little bit here and there. Because there's a couple other things on my mind. And I didn't stop smoking recently enough. Smoked a little bit too much again. Yes, Cyrax was my first actual subject. So I don't know why people keep saying this girl world thing, or even when they say the Shanny thing, like Carrie was like, "Oh, you're a Shanny gatekeeper." I don't even stream Shanny. I never really did. So when I went up on panel with them, they kept me in the background, and then I had a little birdie in my ear telling me, "Oh, they think you're a white woman." So when I hopped up on screen, I showed them exactly how much of a white woman I was, and I was acting extra niggerish. And people didn't like that. Of course, I mean, you're not supposed to, because I went up there being disrespectful on purpose. I'm a mutant covering streamer. That's fair. That's fair. Yep, and another one. And this one's rolled fine too. So despite me yelling and calling them all type of niggas, which I usually don't try to do on white folks panels, but if you call me a white woman, I'm probably going to say nigga an extensive amount of times. I was, funny enough, since somebody doesn't think that I talk to anybody about racism, and you know, I just kissed the ring of Gigi and Belinda. My first interaction was me talking to Gigi about him saying the queen of KFC and telling him about how it's racist. And funny enough, how somebody keeps mentioning like, oh, Yato said he's gonna hit me. I said the exact same thing to Gigi. And even then, we were like, why do they keep saying that I'm trying to hit somebody? I don't know why why is it so hard for you to grasp? If you were speaking like that to somebody in person, they'd probably fuck you up. It's showing the level of disrespect. I'm not gonna keep explaining that. But anyways, eventually, because at first, you know, Gigi was yelling back and forth with me, of course, because I'm over there yelling and saying a whole bunch of other shit. And Nova's actually the one that kind of calmed things down and was like, no, I get what he's saying. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And then me and Nova were supposed to talk more after the stream. But the only thing that we had in common was Instagram. And I wasn't about to add her on Instagram because she was friends with Negs. At this time, Negs had, like, we just found out that he was revenge porned that Barbie girl, a Barbie doll, whatever the fuck her name is, and a couple of other little bullshit that he was doing. So I'm like, I don't want to give my information to Nova, and she's associated with Negs, not knowing that she wasn't even really all that cool with Negs. She was cool with Peanut, who was cool with Negs. right? All right, here's where it gets tricky. It gets real tricky. So Black Eye TV, I think sometime after this, I think it's after Drag left, or it was a little bit before Drag left. BUTV started covering Negs also. Not because, oh, I'm gonna make some money off of him, but because for some reason, actually, it was because Miss Parker started covering Negs over and over again. Negs didn't like it. He kept calling some shit. You know, he kept calling us black supremacists and other weird shit, and kept talking about BGTV until he got tired of it, and then he started streaming about Negs. And then around that time, Nova had went and did the Noble thing. Sorry, my headphones were fucking up. Nova had went and did the Noble thing, and instead of calling Frank, I bet I'm a terrible storyteller. I'm over here telling you about that part, and I didn't even put it in. This is why I should have took notes. I should have wrote some of this down, but I'm up here just going off the top of my head while smoking. So, if you didn't know, and this is something that was talked about on the infamous Peanut stream where she talked to Mrs. Parker and Nova, is that they kept calling Frank a chomo because he was playing a VR game with other people, and I guess there was a kid in the background somewhere, way in the back, not a part of their group though. And he's talking about, oh, you said, show me your wiener, or where's my wiener, right? Now this jumps to another part. I'm terrible at storytelling. Think we might get together once a week and just listen to me tell stories out of order terribly while I'm stuttering and stammering and smoking. So before that little thing happened, we had already knew about Tragic. Tragic had used to pop up on Shani's streams, and he was trying to make like a little name off of her. He was in the Drunken Peasants, and he heard about Shani. They had her on a couple times. Excuse me. Shit. And because of that, he was defending Shani, trying to get clout like he always does, and failing horribly at it. He had been on Drag's channel. I think he had even tried to pop up in the Geek Room, and they weren't having none of that. He was always a weirdo. He always had like a little bodega around him, but they were made up of different people, even bigger weirdos than the people that are around him today. But I'm only mentioning that because they started calling Frank a chomo because of the VR thing. Come to find out, the reason why it was Red Shot, if you didn't know, over there saying, where's my wiener? The reason why he was saying it is because he was making fun of Tragic, which is a video that he has with his children, where he's asking them that question. I'll let that sink in a little bit. Where he's asking that question with his children. So we been knew he was a weirdo. And it just so happens that because Shani was fucking with Negs, Tragic made his way over from Shani to Negs. And that's how Tragic made his way over to Girl World, per se. Right? So we came there through Negs in the Geek Room. He got there through Shani and Negs. Funny enough. Now, this might be a good time. It might be a good time to add also another person who you guys all know and love so dearly around here, GP316, had also popped up. I think he had popped up a little bit after the whole Frank VR thing. And it come to find out, GP was a friend of one of G-Man's family members. So he had popped on to help G-Man. And of course, he's coming at Drag and other people and Miss Parker and BGTV because they're talking about G-Man. And also because GP is a Christian. He originally came on here to talk about gospel and things like that. No, BGL. No, they were not connected before Shanny. They actually met each other in Shanny's Discord. Jules had slipped into Shanny's Discord and she recorded like VCs and like little stuff they were writing in there. And then we also, of course, when they had the bodega one, there was people in there also, and we had seen most of that. Now he made his way over through Shanny. No Sparks, nobody gets blocked unless you're doxing or saying slurs and shit like that. And nobody blocking you. So, where was I at? Oh, GP 316. So this is when we used to call him some dumb nigga. And it was because he's not that good at arguing apologetics, for one. Two, GP was kind of like the old school Azria, like he was a new booty and didn't really know what was going on, and he was kind of just believing what G-Man was saying, despite what we were saying, because like he said before, when you're the ops, he doesn't listen, and I don't know why he does that. You should just listen to both sides. It really would help you out a lot. It's a big problem that people have where they're like, I don't listen to that, but you do. But it's good to be objective. I was about to say subjective. So this is how this big old clusterfuck happened, right? That whole thing is whizzing around. Nova falls out with Negs because Negs is talking about some political shit. Anybody who's heard Nova talk knows that she's into politics. So she went back and forth with him. And she was like, I don't know about this nigga. Kind of backed up off of him and kind of made shit weird, I guess, between her and Peanut. And then they had their own little thing going on because Nova was being a boss. And instead of repeating what everybody else around her was saying about Frank being a chomo, because she had popped up in Drag's chat and she had seen Frank in the geek room in there. And she was like, so Frank, what happened? I think she hit him up in the DM. And he told her what happened. I think he shared the video with her. Told her who the person was that was saying the thing. And that was that. And Nova made up, she made up her own mind and was like, that doesn't sound like anything chomo. And because she said that, Peanut started calling her a chomo apologist. So Nova kind of broke off from the antes, right? That was like the first little instance. And then Nova would do her own streams and shit like that. And we started popping up in her stuff. And I started sharing her streams in Discord. And then she ended up inviting me to her Discord. And then I got cool with Nova. Then I'm like, oh, but you should stream with Black Eye TV because you guys are damn near the same, both in the politics, blah, blah, this and that. So then she brings BGTV into the Discord, right? And then Miss Parker comes last. And that's how the four of us get acquainted. Now, at this time, people are still going at Negs. like this was a ongoing thing because Next would constantly fire up a stream like every day and bring up whatever somebody said about him, despite if it was once a week or whatever. But I mean, to be fair, he had many people to choose from, so it's not like he was ever short of content. God damn it, why does it keep doing this shit? And excuse me. And around this time, when Petty Fam became Petty Fam, because DC was kind of already around, like I said, with when the whole Hater Nation Shannyverse kind of got put together a little bit. We used to be all up in DC's chat. Believe it or not. I used to be in DC's, BGTV, Drag, because she used to have Drag Night on. And we would go over there to watch. And we would be in her chat. And then she found out that some of us streamed. And then she invited us up on panel. I didn't go up on panel because I think at the time I didn't have like no good equipment. And I think I had like a delay because I had went on stream with Callie once about the GG thing. And she was like, they're trying to silence a black man. And I'm like, nah, I was kind of being a dick. But we had did like a whole little interview thing. I think she deleted it, whatever. This timeline is very hard. There's a lot of things that happen at the same time. So funny enough, if you heard me earlier, like I said, that Tragic and Next had just hooked up through Shandy. And Tragic started getting pissed off at Frank because Frank was the nail in the coffin to his channel. He had already been struck by Trishalicious. I think he got struck by... God damn, I don't remember the other person. But I remember the last person was Frank. He used Frank's video and he was calling him a chomo. And Frank was like, you got me fucked up. And he struck him. And channel go bye-bye. Right? So he had this weird vendetta for Frank. And at the same time, because of the whole Shanny thing and the GG thing, and because Next was getting made fun of, he also had a hard-on for Frank in the Geek Room. And that's how Tragic joined the fray. Now, all of a sudden, he has a problem with these people over here. Oh, I know all about them because I was around them when the Shanny thing was going on and blah, blah. And these people are sick and they were talking about my kids, which is funny because originally, the people that were talking about his kids wasn't nobody around in our communities. He always changes the people that it is, like every year. So we were sitting there cool with DC, and DC happens to bring up Miss Parker on panel. I think a couple times they became like buddy. And we seen a stream of an Iraqi man with a beard and glasses and a wig pop up on DC's channel and was asking her to talk to Callie so that his channel could come back, because this is around the same time that Hussey lost his channel for bullying and harassment. And that's how the whole DC and Hussey thing started happening. Because what's going on, Tony Tone? Because what the fuck was DC going to do? Like, just talk to Callie? Like, Callie's not going to listen to her. She already struck you. She's not taking that shit back. Hussey ended up getting mad. And then it was like, fuck DC ever since then. Right? But this is also the first time that we caught a glimpse of Hussey. So Miss Parker, when she was on stream, asked, who is this guy? She starts telling her about Miss Hussey and things. And if you didn't know, Nova had already been doing videos about Miss Hussey before we even found out about who Miss Hussey was. And Nova had pointed out about the dark foundation and him like acting like a black woman. That whole thing. Talked about him grip. She had pulled up on him first. That's why he has such a hate boner for her. It's because she peeped a lot of that early, right? So then when Miss Parker got wind of it, she started going at Hussey. Hussey didn't like that too much. And then, like always, like he does now, he started saying too much. I forgot. Oh, funny enough, I remember exactly what Hussey implied. Hussey implied that Mrs. Parker's husband was a chomo because he had been in prison. And trust me, it was not for that. It's something you should probably be scared of. Probably shouldn't say that about that type of person because he's probably the person hurting people doing that type of stuff. But I remember vividly, like he started talking about her husband, all types of things, right? So then we had formed the Smoke Arena. And this is when we would all hop on Nova's channel because Nova knows about Girl World and the people around and stuff, and we did not. And so she would show us things, like not like Feudy Beauty too much or anything like that, but she'd show us Callie, she'd show us Hussey and all these other people. And Hussey couldn't take getting his back kicked in and us making fun of him and questioning why it seemed like he's doing blackface. So we're, just like now, always open to a conversation. If we talk about you, you have every right to pop up and talk, right? So Hussey wanted to come up on panel and he popped up on there and he explained to us that, his foundation was just fucked up, that he don't know how to do makeup, and that the whole Gloria thing, the Miss Glory, he's just, imitating a woman that he idolized. And I'm like, yeah, well, drag queens do that. And that's how we dissolved the whole blackface thing, right? It was that whole after that conversation. Then somewhat after that, Negs had started spiraling because BGTV was on his neck and we were going over his videos on the Smoke Arena. And I think it was for misinformation. No, but that was his Twitch. No, it was because it was during COVID. I think he got hit for misinformation and Neg's channel went down. Do it. Okay, we can do this. I have a for real question. Do you fully believe that explanation? I do, because he stopped putting on the dark foundation. And I mean, I don't think it'd be too far-fetched that he never learned how to do makeup. Probably just started putting it on, especially if you know a little bit of something about Hussey's past. And then also about idolizing the Miss Glory. I don't know, because if you grew up around somebody like that, and I mean, you like the way that they talk and all those things, I don't know. It just didn't seem too uncommon to me. But that didn't even matter at the time because, I think we had also brought up the whole him calling Charlie Gold a ape or some shit, baboon, whatever. And he was like, I didn't know that was racist. And we were like, okay, nigga. So what we gonna do is we gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you keep saying shit like that, you know what I mean? Like if somebody tell you and then you keep doing shit, I don't think it's by coincidence, and you can't really feign ignorance over and over again, acting like you don't know. Because I mean, like Hussey's on his like third or fourth time, like saying some racist shit. No, he stopped saying the thing, And then he was good all the way up until he had that argument with Fidel. And then, like always, he started using uh, people who don't like Fidel's arguing tactics and said that she's not black, said that she was Indian, which was supposed to be a dox, and then told her to go back to India. And we were like, whoa, doing this again. That was just last year. So he has a cool down moment. And then about every year or so, he drops one of these. So as I was saying, around this time, Negs had lost his channel. And this is when the whole rest of the antis fell out. I had to say this was, what, probably about 2 or 3 years ago? 3 years ago, 'cause I believe I had my original channel. So, oh wait, shit, now I'm over here reading stuff. Oh yeah, Daria knows what's up. I think she was around at that time. So, this is what broke up the rest of the antis, right? Next got pissed off at what, Fedora? I forgot Fedora was part of the antis too. He got mad at like Fedora, Peanut, Gigi, because when he got kicked off of YouTube, they weren't promoting his Twitch or popping up in his chats. And he's like, you guys threw me to the side, blah, blah. But, you know, Peanut was over there kissing his ass, being like, I'm sorry. And from what I remember, Gigi was like, I don't fucking care. And I don't even remember how Belinda even became a part of that. It might have been for the same reason, because Negs kind of broke himself off from all of them. And so Negs was isolated. And funny enough, DC, for some reason, because DC used to make fun of Negs too, she had said something. Negs said that she was base. And then these niggas started emailing each other. And then she started talking about going to his house. And we were like, okay, that's weird. Then they were hanging out like they were together and stuff. Still weird. And we used to hang out in DC's chat. It wasn't nothing. But when Negs would pop up in chat, if he started saying something that wasn't factual, I, of course, like always, would say something about it. And she's like, oh, you gotta stop fighting in the chat. Stop fighting in the chat. I'm like, all right, chill. DC was defending Negs for saying the N-word. He said nigga, I think. Not the hard R. He said nigga. And she says something about kids in like kids in the UK, Indian kids saying the N-word and it being okay, and it's how you use it. It was some other weird shit. And of course, so he's ripping this nigga a new one in the chat. And Negs didn't like that too much. So of course he tried to block me. And Mothra. I think Mothra was in there tag teaming him with me. And I remember Texas One had unhid me. And that's part of the reason why Texas One got booted out of DC stuff. But that's how the separation thing between us and DC happened. She tried to defend Negs for saying the N-word. We were like, you got us fucked up. And we stopped fucking with DC. And DC and Negs became their only friends. Until, they still dragged Tragic along, which was weird because we had also showed DC who Tragic was. And she had did a whole stream about how, how Tragic's proclivities on the internet are unwelcomed, if you catch my drift. So, like I said, if we're paying attention to the timeline, this is about 3 years ago. About 2 or 3 years. I would say 3. Yeah, then BGTV and Negs eventually had a conversation, and that's when So we got the infamous line from BGTV and from Negs. I'll beat your back straight. And I'm not going to repeat what Negs said because y'all not clipping me. So, like I'm saying, right? Nova was already over there with us. She's not fucking with the antsies or nothing. Belinda, Gigi, Peanut, and Fedora, they just broke it off with Negs. And then, of course, because they were actually somewhat friends, I guess things got a little bit more complicated. I'm sure they could explain this better than I could because I don't exactly remember everybody's little small quarrels that they had. But I know that it got real disrespectful between Negs and Belinda. And yeah, then for some reason, Tragic had an issue with Negs. Oh, Negs kicked Tragic out of his community because he got word that Tragic was being weird with the broads in there and making them uncomfortable. And if you know Negs' audience, it was mostly made up of women. That's a huge factor, especially when it comes to Discords and stuff. Niggas is being creepy and doing weird shit. You kind of got to X them, right? So that was like their falling out shit. Then Tragic went over to Gigi and Hussey. And well, Gigi, Hussey, Belinda and them. That's when he got cool with all them. I think all up until was it the Gigi situation happened first, I think. I think so. Who was first? Was it Gigi or Hussey? There we go. BGL's here to help. Belinda left his Patreon or membership or something like that without saying anything because she is poor. Oh, that's when that must be when. Yeah, okay. He came on stream raging and dropped the DMs that she doxed Callie. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. So boom, putting the timeline together again. Right? And like I said, so Tragic got cool with Belinda and Gigi and them. I think he fell out with Gigi first. Vidal, I mentioned the India thing from the I literally said a year ago from the India thing. I'm still dating back. I said about 2-3 years ago. So yeah, 2023. 3 years ago. Or was it 2025? So yeah, 2 years ago. Oh yeah, Vidal, you probably weren't in here when I said it, but if you want to come up and help, you definitely can, because I know there's a lot of stuff that I'm forgetting. Like I've already had to weave back into my own timeline. To snipe who? Oh, did I miss something? Apparently, potato and fresh garbage lost it on AK panel. Oh, that just means I got something to watch after. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I know. I was saying at the beginning, I'm like, damn. I'm like, I really should have wrote some of this down so I can be like, and this is when that happened, and I got to mention this person, and then go back to this person. So also around the time when Tragic was around Belinda and them, this is also the time that GP was around them. So all them dudes were friends, and then GP and Tragic felt it's a whole bunch of falling out and blah blah here and there. it was one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. Gigi fell out with fucking Tragic because he didn't want to deal with none of their bullshit. He left the group chat or whatever because they kept talking about drama all the time, and they were hitting him up at like, I think Negs even said that they would like be talking about that shit at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. You need some red string push pins in the cork board. And then, of course, later on, Tragic fell out with Hussey because he was pushing up on Bridget, and he thought that Bridget was a petty fam spy, which she wasn't. She was never in the Discord. She's just somebody that we talked to. Probably thought so just because she was black. And I'm not saying that as like a racist thing. I mean, like, because a lot of people in petty fam are black. Yeah, and this has just been downhill from there. Then, like, what, Negs and Tragic got back together while he was with DC, and that's when Tragic clicked up with Zoom, and then they brought Zoom around, and then they started doing all that pedo stuff. That's when I got hit with pedo allegations. That's when Hussey got hit with pedo allegations. It's all a bunch of fuckery, is the main thing of what I'm trying to get at. There are certain times when people were cool with each other, and then people weren't. We used to be cool with DC, and now we're not. Negs used to be cool with Tragic like twice, and now he's not. Zoom came in on the second time of Tragic being in there. I guess now he's not. And then Belinda and Hussey and Gigi and Fedora, they pretty much just stuck all the way around. Yeah, you pretty much got a TLDR at the end, even though it was already long. Because I mean, shit, like you really have to sit here and think about like, oh, and then at the same time, this person fell out with this person. At the same time, these people met each other. And it was just a big ass clusterfuck. The whole thing is, as you're sitting there saying, like, acting like me and Belinda are best friends or something is hilarious. I started going to Belinda's channel because she started covering the bodega after she wasn't cool with them anymore. And I like going to places where people are reviewing the bodega, and I like dropping them receipts and giving them lore. So I end up getting a wrench in there because I don't talk to Belinda in DMs. Even to this day, we don't talk in DMs. We don't talk behind the scenes. I just pop up in her chat sometimes. And if I was streaming the bodega, she would put my channel out there. If I was sniping them, she would tell everybody. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, it's even the same with Vidal. Me and Vidal don't DM each other. Just online people who be talking to each other. The associations that Azri was trying to make, where she's trying to put GP with Belinda and them, and I'm like, well, at what time are you talking about? Because there's a whole time that GP wasn't even around. I think the only reason why GP even made his way over to Girl World in the first place was because Negs and G-Man went back and forth a little bit. I remember GP finally asked like about all the things that G-Man did, and then they were supposed to fight. And then G-Man lost his channel that week. I was pissed. It's a lot of lore. It's a lot of background. It's a bunch of random things, right? Oh, another thing I'd like to add too. Reason why GP, she keeps playing that video over and over and over again and not listening to what GP is saying in the video. He says, I gave those messages to Yato. And he said, if there is something wrong, Yato would have said something. And the reason why he said that is because I do not fuck with GP. I still don't fuck with GP. Black Uncle Rico. Oh, LA Black Uncle Rico. This shit is a big old dumpster fuck. Well, I should say cluster fuck. Probably what I meant. Dumpster fuck. What even is a dumpster fuck? Everybody was cool with everybody. Things happen at this time, and these people were cool, but now they're not. Some of us are like still just casual with each other. Like I was never friends with Hussy. Right? Me and Belinda aren't friends. Like if anything, the only person that I've even talked to privately is Gigi. It's about it out of all them people. And then I mean, Nova doesn't necessarily count, but Nova. But I was never really against Nova because even after I had talked to her on that panel, I was like, well, she was the only one who understood what I was saying. A dumpster fuck is when you see your ex in public and remember the dick was. It's a pretty good definition. It really fits. And you know what's funny about this too is like, I don't really think that one person can even get this timeline down by themselves. Like, I think you need like a group of people to really put everything together. There's so many streams that are just gone, don't exist anymore. People's channels who are gone. Some things that some of us don't remember that other people do. I don't know. Everything's gone. Everything's changed. My old channel's gone. I think Drag still has his stuff unlisted, but his channel's gone. I think the Geek Room got rid of their stuff. The smoke arenas are gone. Not gone, but they're gone. I think Belinda took some stuff off. A lot of people's stuff is just gone. Everybody moved on. Oh, well, you basically BGL. Monty talks to me in DMs the way that you would expect Gigi to talk to me in DMs. If that makes any sense. What? Is somebody playing Mac Miller? Well, I didn't really come on here to say too much, right? I just didn't really appreciate all these weird ass loose associations. Oh, so we got a chat. I mean, a chat. We have a question. I guess I can. I guess I can sit here for a minute and do a couple questions if you still got them. If there's something that you guys remember and you wanted to explain or whatever, I guess now's the time. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. So, Purple Dragons asks, how did Hekate fall out with y'all and fall in with everyone else? I kind of started with me a little bit. So I went on stream with Azria, and like the asshole that I am, I feel weird if I bring up stuff like in the chat, or if I talk about things, somewhere else, whatever, and I don't talk about them when you're around. So I'll usually say things, to you. Something that a lot of these people have a problem with for some reason. Oh, damn. I keep saying I'm not going to smoke before streams, and I keep doing it. I try to give myself like a good 30 minutes too. Basically, I asked her about some dude named S Jam. She kept saying that he was being trafficked because they would pay him to take drinks, or they would give him money and he would get drinks, and they would pay him to take his shirt off. And I was like, that's not trafficking. That's just somebody being drunk and stupid. I'm like, I do the same thing. I've done the same thing before. Like, I've done drink streams and people would pay me to take my shirt off. I'm not being coerced or anything. Then that turned into, for some reason, me just explaining that, fuck you, you're lying, and calling me a bitch ass nigga and all this other stuff. So I gave her warning. and was like, "Who are you talking to? Like, you need to chill out." And then she's like, "No, because you're lying." And I don't know how I'm lying about something if I'm telling you my opinion on something, but whatever. And no, that is not the drinking stream. She came on to mine's, but a couple hours after that, I went on to hers. Yeah, and then she started getting mad disrespectful. I warned her once. And then after that, I flashed on her. And I guess that left a bad taste in her mouth, especially when she was looking at Kiwi Farms because they was talking about her. And I guess she already had a thing with Strawberry Douche and the farms or whatever. So I guess that just evolved into more. And then when she started looking, then she started looking into some stupid shit. It was some shit about Strawberry Douche. That's what she's mad about. And then she got mad at Belinda because she's cool with Strawberry Douche, and because of that, that also meant that Gigi got to get it too. So now Gigi is also a racist, and then she just went further and further. Then she starts saying that Belinda was doing what said that she was trafficking or some shit. Now it's all the way down to Vidal grooming. When Yato wanted Peanut, no, you have that backwards. When Miss Parker said Peanut was harassing me. Oh, which is funny, Marty, because which is funny because, like I just said, me and Belinda aren't friends. I walk around saying my opinion to whatever, right? I remember when Nova had first told me about the thing with Gigi, where one of the first things that, because Negs was the original one to call Gigi a chomo because of his birthday party video. Oh no, he wasn't my bad. He wasn't the first one. It was Callie, wasn't it? It was Callie and them. They were saying that Gigi was weird because he was dancing at his birthday party, and they're like, there were kids there. So when that whole thing was going on, and Nova had told me about it, I was like, that's fucking stupid. Like, just because you're dancing around a family member, like, even if it wasn't his family member, what are you talking about? He was dancing, and so now he likes kids. Stupid. That's not what a token is. See, if I were a token, I'd been like, no way, Belinda can't be racist. I've never heard. Belinda said it herself. She was like, hell, she was like, yeah, it was probably called me racist a couple times. And I have. But like I said, I'm interested in resolution. It's like the same thing that happened when Hussey came up on panel. It didn't really matter too much if we believe them or not. Are you going to stop the behavior? Are you going to keep saying things like that? Are you going to keep doing this? No? Well, then I guess we're straight then. Because that's really all I'm asking, right? Hey, stop doing this. Be more respectful. That's pretty much the end of it. And then it also doesn't make any sense to me to call me a token, but because when I just said, like, when Belinda came up on panel and was like, can I call her a Hoser Parks or Hosa Parks? When I had just been like, oh yeah, go ahead. I see nothing wrong with that. Is that what I said? Nope. And she still made us think about it. Oh, well, she went up on Yato's stream and asked him, and I told her no, that's not okay. She doesn't really understand how things work. Like, she doesn't know what blackface is. That's not what blackface is. Hell, the thing with Hussey was more akin to blackface, and that also wasn't blackface. I ain't gonna keep going on and on about it. Still writing what name down? Oh, I know what you're talking about, Daria. That stream was weird because, like, if you don't think someone's a chomo, then how are you calling a person who didn't believe that he was a chomo apologist? It's maybe we should start doing comprehension classes instead of timelines because I obviously fucked that up. I did bring up a bunch of relevant things, all right, and I think I got a good pulse on you know on the fact that all this is 3 years ago. Oh, Vidal, I gave up. All right. My main thing was look, I already said how Petty Fam came to be. I already said how we made our way over to the whole next thing and stuff. And when Charlie Gold came around, I already said how Negs and them people had broke up. I already said how Tragic had snuck his way in and out, and brought Zoom in and all that. I mean, pretty much past that, we kind of are where we are. I mean, I kind of forgot Irate Alex, but not really. Because like Alex said, he was never really a part of everything like that. Like he would dabble. He made shanty videos, and then he would dabble in Girl World and stuff. Like he always dabbled everywhere. Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. Yeah, it happens. Things are a little fuzzy for me too. But yeah, saying like, and to be fair, a little bit on the other end, like when they were calling Azria Bodega, I'm like, I don't think so. But man, she's like sinking deeper and deeper into it. Oof. But I still don't think she's allowed to be up in there like that. And they're slow if they do, because if I was her, I'd be snatching shit. Like if they let me in anything, I'd be recording all that. But yeah, this wasn't supposed to be too long. I'm surprised I even went past an hour. Really. Try to tell everybody. I was like, it ain't gonna be nothing special. It's just me rambling. It was just so weird to me, like every time that I do something too, like somebody is always bringing up Nova or Miss Parker and BGTV. Like y'all know that, like some of us didn't know each other like that long ago, right? Like BGTV ain't my daddy, and if he tell me something, like it don't mean shit to me, right? Like now it don't mean shit to me like that. I mean, like I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do regardless. Like I'm grown. I don't even know why. Like even Hussy keeps bringing up Nova. If I'm sitting here talking shit to you, why do you keep bringing up Petty Fam or Nova or Miss? Ain't nobody else talking to you. I'm only one person. I wasn't born a twin. I came out by myself. And when I leave this world, I'm gonna be by myself. So when I'm talking to you, it's by myself. I don't need no panel full of everybody knows I ain't never needed no panel full of people to go at anybody. I never did. I will throw some people up on panel so I can have some fun. That's about it. I like joking around with my friends. And I don't take too much of this serious. That's one thing that Azria did kind of get right. And I say kind of, because I am serious about the things that are serious. But when you keep going around pointing fingers at everybody over like little stupid arbitrary shit, then no, I don't care. Just like I don't care about fucking Feedy Beauty's cats. Just like what I don't even know a fucking another example. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I got real life going on. I'm not running behind everybody. I'm not sitting here running behind Gigi every minute of the day trying to see if he's doing something racist. You know what? Sometimes I sit back and I watch TV, or I go outside and go places. Remember that thing outside the window? Outside, bright and makes your skin feel all warm. Yeah, that. I go see people. Remember? So people are like screen names and avatars, but before screen names and avatars. You feel me? This is back in ancient times in the Mesozoic era. Thank you. How am I going to work so hard all day for no money and also keep up with what Gigi and Belinda do 24/7? And I guess I'll end it off like this because I guess this would be a little direct message because whatever, you can go over this. I don't give a shit. I ain't hiding nothing. Uh, Azria as a Canadian, as a Jamaican Canadian. I didn't know what your other side is. You should tread carefully coming on here, trying to dictate to other black folks, especially black Americans, about things that kind of involve their culture that happen in our country. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to dictate what blackface is. That's not where that comes from over there where you're at, right? That whole thing. It's funny that Vidal is saying female Drake, just like Kendrick said to Drake. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. That ain't you. It's getting tiresome that you keep putting up this mask like you're the end all be all on racism. And of course, I'm not the end all be all on racism either, or for black people. But I am a black American, and I do actually know about my own black history and others. Like Azria, do you know that there was a woman who said that she wouldn't get off the bus before Rosa Parks? You know what her name is? You know what Malcolm X did that was so important? You know who Marcus Garvey is? Do you know how the Louisiana Purchase happened? No? The Black Napoleon? No? None of that? Do you know when civil rights was? Do you know what happened to black folks after slavery? And I'm not even necessarily talking about the Jim Crow laws. Did you grow up saying nigga from people outside, or did you grow up saying nigga from inside your household? What do you put on your grits? Do you even know what grits are? I seen you telling Gata that she was speaking African American vernacular. I went back and looked at what Gata was saying. Only thing I seen that nigga said was y'all. Y'all is not African American vernacular. Stop speaking on things that you don't know about. Even when we were going through the whole blackface thing with Hussey, like, I wonder if Nova still has that video up. Nova actually took the time to go into the history of blackface, why people did it, how it affected the people at the time, who was famous from it, how it developed into culture. She had a whole stream about it. That's what you should be doing. Instead of just making little vague accusations, where you're just calling people racist and you're throwing words out like token and house. Do you even know what a house nigga is? Do you even know what a house nigga is? Did you watch Django once and was like, oh, that's it right there. Got it down packed. Now you know everything historical about it and everything too, right? You don't. You don't know shit. So the rest of us would appreciate it if you would stop talking about shit that you don't know. You have to be responsible with these type of things, because what you do is you muddy the waters. If you keep running around like what Callie used to do, racist, 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 racist. When we're like what just happened with Hussey, when I'm actually talking about something where I'm like, huh, that's not okay. And it was just a simple, that's not okay. And everybody making the big stink about it, whatever. The reason why Hussey got both barrels when I came up on panel is because why are you sitting there arguing with me about it? Oh, that's not racist. That's not racist. Nigga, you aren't from California, nor are you Latino. How the fuck are you gonna tell me? Me and Tito even had jokes about because Tito is also Latino. He's Cuban, and he had picked he said he had a job picking blueberries or something before, and that was a joke that we made, about picking fruits and stuff. Usually what a day laborer is, but that was between two Latinos. Oh my Jesus. I'm tired of repeating myself. Because no more bing bongs. That's from New York. Don't never say hella. That's from California. We taking dead ass back to strip back down to a Canadian and talk about what y'all got going on over there, because I am sick and fucking tired of you watering down the shit that we have to do. I wonder, have you, like, especially with, like, because you kind of look Asian, right? And I know, like, people either think I'm Hispanic or black. I pretty much get fucked either way. But, like, have you ever really experienced racism? Like, have you been followed around in the store before? When you were a kid, did one of the parents tell their kid to get away from you? Have you ever been stopped by the police for no reason and then told that they were going to pull you over again because they couldn't find anything? Have the police ever pulled up on you with their guns drawn? Because they don't really give a shit about your life. And I know I'm kind of being a little extreme on the examples, right? Has anybody even called you the hard R to your face? Or is this all just online? I like to know it. But that's it. That's all. I'm done ranting. I said, I guess, as much as I could. What did Vidal say? I'm tired too. She streamed for 34 hours, 22 hours last night when Belinda sniped, and 12 hours before that when she took a short break in between. And another thing, I heard you say something about fucking, because Fresh Garbage was repeating something that I had said, where I said you should go back and listen to your streams. And your slow ass said, no, if you believe what you said and it's coming directly from you, you shouldn't have to go back. You getting the story wrong of how me and you got into an argument like 4 times in a row is why you should go back and listen to your streams. You constantly telling people I didn't say that when you just said it, or you said it in the previous stream, is the reason why you need to go back and watch your streams. I know you're not going to sit there and do it because you stream for hours and hours and hours, and that seems fucking ridiculous. But for the rest of us who try not to stream for hours and hours and hours, sorry, Fresh Garbage, I know you'd be hitting like 5 or 6. But the reason why I always tell people, and it's something that somebody told me and was very fucking good advice, is to go back and listen to yourself so that you get your shit straight, so that there might be something that you did say and you might have misspoke, or they might have taken you out of context, or this or that. And guess what? You can talk about it. You can talk about it extensively instead of just calling somebody a liar. I'm so sick and tired of the, like, I was gonna say vague accusations again, but it's not even vague accusations. But I mean, it is though. Like, stop saying somebody's lying. What are they lying about? Be specific. Oh, well, they're racist. Okay, when you call somebody racist, how are they being racist? And then after that, don't turn into a little fucking kid and go, "Hanananini, I'm not listening to you." What is the point of you fucking bringing it up if you're not going to talk about anything? Well, Melinda's racist, and what she did was blackface. And she said, I don't think so. You know what you should have did after that? Know what I would have did if I thought that it was blackface? And this is actually something that we did on the panel when we were talking about blackface and minstrel, because I think towards the end of the smoke arena, we decided that it wasn't blackface, that it was more close to minstrel. Because he wasn't painting his face black, but he was, it seemed like portraying a ghetto black woman, right? Be specific. Say how. Start going into, this is how this is blackface. This is why it is blackface. Don't start saying dumb shit like, oh, you got a wig on her. It is a fucking cartoon. How the fuck do you know that a cartoon has a wig? You can see the lace. Oh, I seen her tracks. And you know what's crazy too? You don't think that black women hair looks like that? Because I know some whose hair looks exactly like that. I'm related to some. And just strictly on the black side, not on the Puerto Rican side. Oh, I know you came right at the right time, fresh garbage. Because I am about to dip. Fuck that. That shit was also fucking stupid. Belinda can't say Cory Booker or anything because he's black. Fuck off. If you're in our, I don't know how shit works up over there, but if somebody's in our fucking government, I can mention them as much as I fucking want to. First Amendment, nigga. That shit's, and then is James Comey black? Wait. If you don't know who these people are or what they're about or what they do, you should not be talking about this. Because if you would have gotten up there talking about somebody like, if Belinda was talking about like Jason Whitlock or what's that nigga's name? Vidal, what's that the judge's name? That weird black nigga. Is it Clarence? Is that who I'm thinking of? Or like that, man, I can't think of this nigga's name, and he got a whole movie about him too. And then the other black dude who ran for president, I don't even remember his name, but basically, I'm naming off coons, is what I'm saying. Clarence Thomas, thank you. These are some black people who aren't even for black people. These are actually house niggas, right? Some of these people. Are you sure? You want to just go to bat for just any black person? Like, what? Cory Booker is pretty light skinned. Like, how do you know he's down with his people? Anyway, fuck this. I'm also gonna roll up like 3-4 joints and go finally watch Akira. This is bullshit. So of course, like always, I'm gonna play y'all out with some bullshit. Thanks for coming. Make sure you lock on your way out. And I'll think of something stupid to do probably next week. Oh, also, I want to mention that tomorrow on Hostile Who's channel, me, Black Guy TV, and Yami Bun Bun will be joining him to go over Corky Nick Bravo. I like going to talk about our old cows because, you know, I'm not girl world. Most of our cows used to be guys. Nick Bravo, Von Helton, Cobes, G-Man. Hell, I'll somewhat even count Rev. But good night, y'all. Have a good one.
bounce. Yeah. Bounce. Bet I got some weed. Bet I got some weed. Bet I got some weed. Every time that I wake up, I swear I'm never down. Even when I'm in my dreams, I'm high up self-esteem. Blowing on that Jamaica, my niggas not a team. Marijuana fiend. Keep your black amounts and 6, me no nicotine. I keep my pimpin' mean. Me and Musa as we pulled up on them 6s just to go and bust some bitches. See the motherfucking wheel, sex appeal. And if I'm in the backseat with them 10s that Glock conceal, they eye us as we peel like the orange hat that I be styling in, like a Zanny or a colada pin. All your swishers, they be model thin. We plus size, nigga, like Takara Nim, shining like a halogen. So bright, like high beams, headlights of midnight. At one of Rhode Island's watchtower sights. Yeah, the world is all I need. But if you don't know anything, just know I got some weed. Bet I got some weed. Bet I got some weed. You don't know anything? No, I got some weed. Bet I got some weed. Bet I got some weed. Ain't got no money, man, but bet I got some weed. Hey, who got some weed? 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 Let's go chill up on my balcony and feel the breeze. Open up a Corona and see who got some weed. If we don't have no trees, then let's gather up the fees. $100, that's a 1/7 of the sour D. Make a order, it'll be here 2:45. Smoke it till we uneat. Then we fill up again with another 10. Then we just go run back to the cheese. Fulfill our family needs, no worries. Smoke one for our G's that ran with a strike of 3s. We dying up in every plea. So for y'all, my niggas, swear to God, my heart'll bleed. Kick the shit from my lifers and ones who pick and see. Even if it's just $5, keep your brain on free. Elevate your mind, cause in due time you'll wine and dine. Something fine, and that Kush blunt soon be your Valentine. And my shit be Columbine. My fans is all I need. But if you don't know anything, just know I got some weed. Bet I got some weed.